Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna do a 20-minute full body workout that is slower paced and it's all going to be on the floor. So make sure you have something soft beneath you. You don't need any equipment, just make sure that you can see your screen so you can follow along with me. And without further ado, let's get to it. All right, we're gonna begin in a high plank. We're going to be moving from high plank into a down dog position and then coming back to plank. So make sure you're coming back down into a nice straight line, pressing those heels into the floor as much as you can in this down dog. As you come back into this down dog, think about lifting with your lower abs. Good, you're gonna drop your knees down, taking a quick rest here. We're gonna come into tabletop position, so stacking shoulders over your wrists, hips over knees, and we're gonna do some alternating bird dog crunches. So extending opposite arm, opposite leg, bring it in for a crunch, extend it back out, squeezing that glute, and then control back to center, switching to the other side. When you're extending your arms and your legs, make sure that you're not letting the back go. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep a nice neutral spine. Good. You're gonna drop down to your forearms. So we're stacking our arms above one another. You're gonna come into a low plank. And we're gonna roll through nice and slow. Do some rolling planks, keeping this side lifted. So you'll feel this oblique engage. And then coming through center. As you come through center, make sure your bum is down. We're not rolling through with our bums poking up in the air. Taking this nice and slow. Good. We are going to come to a high plank once again. And we're gonna do 30 seconds on each side. You're going to bend one knee, so we'll start off with our right knee. You're gonna bring it into your chest. You're gonna drop the knee down, just tap it to the mat, and bring it back up. So, small movement here, but you will feel this in your shoulders and in your core. So we're not putting much weight on the knee when we drop it down to the mat. We're just tapping it down and lifting it up. Good, we're gonna switch sides right away. So try and bring that knee as close as you can to your chest when you lift it up. Good, taking a 15-second rest down here. We're gonna come back into a tabletop position. We're gonna do some fire hydrants next, so 30 seconds on each side. So we're gonna do, starting off with our right leg, you're gonna do a fire hydrant, and then from here you're gonna hold that knee where it is and extend the leg, bend it, and close. If that is too much and you can't straighten the leg, you're just doing regular fire hydrants, just making sure that you hold and pause at the top, squeezing that glute. You want to make sure your hips are facing the floor the whole time. Good, switching sides right away. Good. We are gonna come down to our elbows. So we're on our forearms here. We're again gonna do 30 seconds each side, starting off with our right leg. Leg is nice and straight. Keeping a nice neutral spine, core is engaged. Lifting the leg up, squeezing the glute, and controlling lowering down. So only the leg should be moving here. We're not arching our backs. Good, we're gonna switch legs. Good, come on down to your belly. Next up, we're going to do some Supermans. So you can have your hands beside you or behind you, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And you're gonna lift the body up, squeeze, and lower. I'm not very good at this exercise, but that just means I have to do it more. Coming up, squeeze, press those hips into the floor, and control lower down. Good. From here, you're going to extend the arms. Thumbs are going to try and touch over your bum, and then you're going to sweep them around, hovering across to the front, sweep around to the bum. Good, so your 15-second rest down here, we're gonna repeat that sequence again. So starting off with those Supermans. Here we go, try and squeeze and hold at the top. Good, getting ready to sweep those arms around, thumbs over bum. Good, we're gonna stay down here on our bellies. Next up, we are going to lift one leg at a time. You can place your hands on your forehead. And you're just gonna lift one leg up at a time, pressing the hip into the floor and squeezing that glute, keeping the leg nice and straight. Good, we're gonna flip it over onto our backs. Next up, we're gonna do a glute bridge with our feet closer to our bum and on our tippy toes. So walk those feet in as close as you can to your bum. Then you're gonna press it up, hips as high as they can go. Try and hold that squeeze as long as possible. Tap the booty down to the floor and back up. Good, from here we're gonna hold. We're gonna open and close the legs, pretending like we have something in between our knees. So you're really feeling those inner thighs work. Good, lower it down, taking a quick 15-second rest. We're gonna repeat that sequence again. Here we go. Starting off with those glute bridges. Press those hips up. Remember to press that lower back into the floor as you come down. And when you're pressing the hips up, you're not thinking about arching the back to get the hips up. You're actually tucking the bum under and squeezing those glutes. Good, and we're holding at the top next time and opening and closing the legs. When you're doing this, make sure as you open the knees, you're not letting the hips drop. You want to keep the hips pressed up as high as they can go the whole time. Good, we're gonna stay down here on our backs. Next up, we are going to do some bicycle motions with our legs. And you can either add the twist if you like, or you can just hold here, keeping your chest open, gaze looking up to the ceiling, and bringing those knees in as close as you can to your chest. Good, relaxing the head down. We're going to bring our feet all the way up. Arms come above head. We're going to do a full sit up. So coming up, pressing the low back into the floor, bringing the hands up, keeping the chest open, and lower. Taking these nice and slow and holding this crunch. Good. We're going to sit up. Next up, we're going to come into a reverse bridge position. So feet flat on the floor. You're gonna press it up all the way up. So hips are nice and flat. And then you're gonna control lower down, making sure that you're remembering to keep the core nice and tight. And again, take it nice and slow. Good, we're gonna roll over onto our side. So you're gonna be on your right elbow, right knee is bent. From here, we're just gonna lift the leg up and lower, up and lower, making sure you're lifting this side and keeping the core nice and tight. Good. We're gonna stay in this position, bring the fingertips to the ears, and from here, leg stays up, you bring it in for a crunch without dropping the hips down. You're gonna keep the hips nice and high and extend. Bring it in and extend. Just breathe through it, 10 more seconds. Nice job. Quick rest, we're gonna flip it over to the other side. Here we go, hand on hip, just raising the legs, or the leg, I should say. Here we go, we're gonna add that crunch. Fingertips by the ears. You could also tap the toe down in between if you're unable to keep it lifted the whole time. So just tapping the toe, bringing it in. Nice work. Those sides and those glutes should be fired up. We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna do some slow push-ups. If you cannot do a push-up, you're gonna do a half push-up. So lowering yourself down nice and slow, letting the belly drop to the floor, and then push yourself back up. Nice and slow. Good. We have one more exercise to go. You're gonna come into a bear crawl position. So you're gonna be in a tabletop, and then you're just going to tuck the toes and lift the knees. So you're hovering here. You can either hold this position and drop the knees down, lift them up. Or you can tap opposite knee, but if you're gonna tap opposite knee, make sure that you're staying nice and stable and you're not wobbling from side to side here. You wanna really use that core. This is the last 45 seconds, so just breathe through it. It, guys. Great job. I hope you enjoyed this slower paced on the floor workout. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know how you enjoyed it in the comments. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss another video from me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.